Yo, mic check. Mic check. Yo. Okay, leave it up there. Yo. Mic check.
Alright, cool.
Mic check. Yo. Okay, leave it up there.
Let's see what's happening.
Yo. Mic check.
Alright, cool.
Mic check. Yo. Okay, leave it up there. Ain't nobody praying.
Alright, we're live. Let's see what's happening. I don't actually need this, to be fair.
Yo. Mic check.
Alright, cool.
Mic check. Yo. Okay, leave it up there. Ain't nobody praying.
Alright, we're live. Let's see what's happening. I don't actually need. Right, cool. Right, what's everyone saying? Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone's good. What's happening? How we all doing? Anyone trading today? Get ready to trade the New York session. Let me know in the chat what pairs you guys are looking at, and we'll get to it today. Salute peeps. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is well. So yeah, let's get into this. Just starting the New York session now. Looking at Euro USD today. I'm looking at US30 today. Main things really, what I'm kind of tuning into today. So I hope everyone is well. Let me know if you guys are looking at any specific pairs today as well, and yeah, we can see what's going on. So this is Euro USD. I want to see if we can actually come down lower today, so I'm looking to potentially sell this today. That's the Bitcoin losing loads. How much have you made from trading? Do you mean overall, Joe? Or do you mean today or this week? I haven't actually made any money this week, but I haven't traded this week, so looking to trade today though. Overall, I've made 6 figures. I'm not going to disclose the exact amount, but overall, I've been trading for 6 years, profitable the last 3 years. So yeah, Bitcoin losing load. So Bitcoin's not really moved. I feel like Bitcoin can go to like 114 and then potentially come down. I don't think it's gonna come lower yet. I think it's gonna go higher. This is Bitcoin. I think we're gonna come above this area and then see what happens after it comes above this area. That's what I'm looking for. But I don't trade Bitcoin, but that's what I would think it would be looking to do, to be honest with you. So we'll see, man. But I'm focusing on Euro USD today. That's the main thing. What changed in the last 3 years to make you profitable? Good question. So cutting out all the mistakes and learning from what I was doing wrong within my strategy. That was kind of the main thing, and understanding that the mistakes I was making wasn't actually part of my strategy. Like I'm basically I wasn't in control of certain things psychologically. So psychologically is what I made a change in. Basically not chasing the market, waiting for your actual confirmations to actually appear in the market, not making assumptions that the market was doing stuff. So a lot of psychological changes was the main things. It wasn't necessarily the strategy. It was more understanding and refining what your trading plan is for each trade. You know, instead of basically 1 week seeing your strategy and then, you know, maybe having a profitable week and then kind of just, you know, thinking you're going to gain momentum and trade and trade and trade. And then you end up, you know, in a bit of a pickle in doing that. So it was more psychological, the change. It wasn't really to do with like my strategy. It was more what I had to fix about my approach to trading. That was what was, you know, wrong. I was trying to, you know, take trades that wasn't actually there. US30 sells. Yeah, I'm actually looking at US30 sells today as well, mate. I'm looking at this area we're currently in for that. It could come higher. It could come for like the high of the London session today. But I actually think, you know, this is an area for potential sells. There's no evidence of it wanting to come down yet, but yeah, I'm hoping that we can potentially get some sells today too. I rush into trades, then maybe win big, but lose it all again next trade. So if you're losing it all again, then you need to consider your risk management. You need to consider your risk management, mate. Like, it sounds like you're not really understanding what you stand to lose. You're thinking too much about what you're standing to make. So that could be a big issue because, you know, as much as we're in trading to make money, it's more about preserving the amount of capital you have in your account. That's the biggest thing. So, you know, winning big and losing big, that just sounds like a consistency problem, you know, in terms of knowing if you have a good trade on your hands or knowing if you have or you don't have a trade on your hands. I think you need to understand that a bit better. Otherwise, you're on that seesaw where, you know, you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing, but it's the inconsistency is killing your account, you know? So just really hone in on what your strategy is, like really start to think about what it is your reasons are for entering a trade are. And if you don't really know what your reasons are for entering a trade, then you might not actually have a strategy that you trust. And that's a big issue. You need to trust in your strategy a bit more, from what it sounds like to me. What am I trading? So I'm trading US30 currently. I'm not in a trade at the moment, but I'm looking at selling US30 potentially. I'm looking at Euro USD to potentially sell it as well. So those are the two things I'm looking at. I want to see if the dollar's going to get stronger today, basically. That's what I'm looking at. I want to see if the dollar gets stronger. I look to... 1 second.
Who is that? No, bad time, bro.
So I had a phone call, so had to just do that quick. I took the sell on Euro USD, made 1K. So yeah, so Euro USD I think could potentially come down a bit more. It might pull back first though, so just be careful. I think we could get another pullback. But basically, this is the DXY, so this is the dollar index. I'm looking to see if we basically can start to form a bullish structure to come up to this area here, like 97.50, 97.70, around that area to potentially get bullish. So it could pull down one more time, the dollar, and then get stronger as we go into the New York session. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. Although the 4 hour, there's not much, the volume on the 4 hour isn't looking that good. I'll be honest with you. It's not looking that good. But I want to see if I was to buy Euro USD, I wouldn't buy it from where it is anyway. I want it to come lower. So like the 117 level is where I would look to potentially buy Euro USD. I wouldn't buy it from where it is currently. Same with GBPUSD, you know, where we currently are. This is GBPUSD. I would want to buy it maybe at the 134.80 level. 134.60 level, somewhere within there is where I would look to buy it. So I want to see it retrace first, and then we could potentially buy it. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'm hoping the dollar gets stronger. I don't think GU's that clear today compared to EU. I think EU is a bit clearer, to be honest with you. I know they're both major pairs and they do have a correlation, but the euro seems a little bit more um, like the willingness in terms of the structure is a bit more easier to read. What is your most profitable strategy? I only have one strategy, to be honest with you, bro. I don't have multiple strategies. So I like to trade price action. So you can see I don't really have any indicators or anything like that. I base it mainly off market structure and, key areas and key levels. So first time I've come across your account, you see Bear Calm, I'm a run up that. Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Hope you guys are having a good day. My streams, I stream every Tuesday. If you're new here, I do stream every Tuesday, New York session, and Fridays as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys are finding value in what it is I'm doing. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Check out my content as well. There's a lot of content on my actual account, mainly psychological. So for things that you guys are potentially like struggling with, there's a lot of videos based off of my journey, mainly things that I would have to overcome, things that I knew was kind of like the stumbling blocks in my journey. So hopefully you find that content, and you can relate to it. I've also got a YouTube channel as well. There's like some long form content, 10-15 minute videos that I put out every week. So there's a video coming out tomorrow. That will be another psychological video for you guys to kind of learn from as well. So definitely check out my my YouTube channel. I'll post the ad inside here. So I'll pin this comment as well. How do I pin comment? Yeah, you go. So that's my YouTube. It could go down. It made 1 hour possible to hit 4 hour demand zone, but kind of risky just pull back. Yeah, so I think the pullback is just potentially another reason to sell. So I'm hoping it pulls back, to be honest with you, if you're talking about Euro USD. GU bullish, what you think? I think it needs to retrace first and then we get some buys. I wouldn't buy a GU from where it is if that's what you're asking me. This is gold. No, this isn't gold. This is GBPUSD. This is Euro USD. Someone asked, why is US30 going up? Wait, where was that? Why has US30 going up? No news. It's just normal price action, bro. This is US30 currently. This is where we're at currently. I think it's just normal price action, man. I think there's potential for it to sell down. There's potential for this to sell down. So, yeah, when you say I don't know why it's going up, you don't need news. The market doesn't need news to move. It's going to move anyway. It doesn't need the market. This is gold. No. So I don't trade gold. This is US30. Personal or funded? Personal, bro. Personal. How do you mark your key levels based on last session's highs and lows? So when you say last session's highs and lows, what time frame do you mark your charts on? That's kind of the key thing. I like to mark my charts on the 4 hour and the daily time frames, just to kind of understand where we are. I don't necessarily mark them based out of, last session's, I don't know, London session's high or last New York session low. I don't really mark my charts based off of that. It's more about what is the structure doing. What is the overall trend. I kind of base it off of overall trend. Where's the consolidation? Like, as you can see with US30, we kind of had a bit of a range here where the market moved up. Okay, I'm just going to put a box on this 1 second. Market moved up, came down a bit, and then we've kind of pushed up outside of this range, but we didn't really go for the lows of this range. So one of the things I'm kind of thinking is that we could potentially target these areas here to kind of, where people have been buying and stuff like that. Obviously, the trend for US30 is overall bullish. I do think it is going to go up overall. It's just what areas do you want to kind of buy from and where would you be happy to buy from? Which is kind of what you got to think about as well, you know. Yes, Aaron, well gone, man. Big up, bro. Hope you're good, man. So what do I think about WLD? I don't know what WLD is, bro. What is that? Lazo, yeah, smart money concepts, bro. Is it a free lesson? What are you asking me? Is what a free lesson? I'm not sure. New York session is right now. Yeah, the New York session has opened 19 minutes ago. I don't know what PO3 is. I'm not sure what that is, bro. So yeah, I don't know. There's many different ways you can look at it. I'm not sure what that is. This is US30. US30, you guys. US30. Okay, so I'm not in a trade for this yet. I'm just monitoring this area to see what the structure starts to do, basically. But it's not sure. The volume's not really there. There's nothing really doing right now. It's just about, you know, what is gonna potentially happen. So Euro USD is more. I'm more interested in Euro USD and the DXY currently to see what it's gonna do. GBP, I don't have a trade for GBP. Oil, I think oil is actually going to go higher. Personally, I do think oil is gonna go up. I'm looking to sell this from like $64 potentially. So that's what I've got for that. So my bias for DXY. So the DXY overall is very bearish. Like this is how it's opened up this week, right? We've had, it was in a bit of a consolidation on a bigger time frame. You can see it's kind of going up, down, right? So I definitely think it's bearish. I'm just looking to see if we can come back to this area on the daily and then start to sell off again, basically, and create a new leg lower. So I'm looking at something like this for the dollar to come to this level here and then start to come down, right? That's what I want to see for the dollar. So temporarily it could get stronger, but you know, on the bigger time frame it is still bearish. So I want to see if it goes up first and then comes down. So what that would mean for like majors or like gold, if you trade gold, I'm looking to see the majors come down first and then get stronger, basically. That's what I want to see. So if you look at Euro USD, this is Euro USD. We want to see if the price can come down first, right? And then continue higher, right? To target this area, maybe, and then this area, maybe. So it's down and then up. It's down and then up. That's kind of what I want to see first. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Tomorrow's PPI on trading these news. So I don't necessarily trade the news events, but you know, if it happens to fall during like the New York session, I don't necessarily look at oh, there's a news event, like let me trade when the news comes out. It's more about, you know, what is the market structure doing? What is the actual market showing me? If there's an opportunity to trade and get into a trade, then I'll take the trade. I won't necessarily be like, oh, the PPI is coming, let me try and get into a trade. I don't base like entering the market off of when there's news or not, you know. It's not really about that. So Thursday is going to be the most anticipated news event. The CPI data for the US on Thursday is going to be the most, you know, the event to watch out for in terms of what the dollar does next. That's going to be the one to watch out for. So yeah, my take exactly. Yeah, so similar thing, bro. Why would you trade the news? So it's not, yeah, again, it's not really about trading the news. I wouldn't really look at it and be like, oh, I'm going to trade this pair bait because the news is coming out. I wouldn't really look at it like that. What do you think will happen to the markets if we get rate cuts, which we probably will? So the dollar will go low. The dollar will get weaker if there's a rate cut. If there's a rate cut, the dollar will get weaker. So what it means is, right, if the rate cut goes down, if you're thinking about it from just an economic perspective, if the dollar gets weaker because of rate cuts, what that basically means is that it's cheaper for people to borrow money from the banks. So more people are likely to borrow money from the banks, meaning that the more money that's borrowed, the more dollars that are in circulation, the weaker the currency, because the inflation's going to go higher. So if inflation goes higher, the dollar will get weaker. So if the rate cuts come into play, what that basically means is that the dollar is likely to get weaker, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Is this NQ? No, this isn't the NQ. So I can check the NASDAQ for you guys if you want to look at the NQ. So the NASDAQ kind of on the 4-hour time frame, I do think, it's going to likely push up. The volume's not really been that great like yesterday, to be honest. Sorry, not yesterday, going into today. The volume's not been that great. So it's probably likely to clear these highs. You can see this is the 4-hour chart on the NASDAQ for those that are wondering. This is the 4-hour. I definitely think we could go up and clear those highs. It's then about what do we happen after that? What does it want to do after that? But the volume's not really great currently. It's kind of just, this is a 1-hour time frame. You could see the structure is still bullish. Like you can see that it's wanting to go up, but it's been in a range most of this morning. So I think it will look to pass, attempt to pass those highs. That's what I would look for in regards to if I was trading the NASDAQ. But I'm not currently trading the NASDAQ. So, question. What do you... someone. Can anyone learn Forex trading? Who is it not for? So, in my mind, anyone can learn Forex trading. You can definitely learn this skill. It's kind of like anything, man. It does take time. Like, if you was to go and study like a topic that you've never learned before, like it's going to take you a while to actually understand what it is. There's many different ways. There's no right way to learn how to trade. I definitely think there's a lot of strategies that do work. I don't think you have to, like look at it where there's only one way to make money. That's definitely not true. So it's more about how disciplined and committed you are to learning how to trade. That's kind of the thing that I would look at. Is not really, I wouldn't say it's not for everyone. I feel like everyone learns at their own pace. Definitely take your time learning it. Don't feel like you need to rush to trade live or become profitable or whatever it may be. Like everyone learns at their own pace. So definitely don't trade. Look to trade live before you really have a strategy, before you really know why you're in the market. That's what I would say. Don't really just go off of wanting to be in the market, because you can lose money, so don't be in a rush to try and trade live. That take your time and really learn what it is. How did I learn to trade? So I taught myself the basics. I joined a platform which basically taught me like trading terminology, what the lingo is, what certain things mean. Didn't have a mentor. That kind of slowed down my progress in terms of how long it took me to actually trade. It definitely slowed down. But overall, in terms of what I was looking for, how I learned to trade is not how I trade now. So anyone can learn it. The biggest game is in the mind. Yeah, so the psychological aspect is definitely the side that trips people up the most, because again, it's not knowing and not having belief and confidence in what it is that they're seeing on the chart. That's what you have to kind of get to grips with. So I got a question. If order block was already hit and have bounced up from it, is it still reliable? Yeah, it is, bro. Yeah. It can come back to your entry. That's how you got to look at it. If you're looking to enter from there and hopefully you're using just more than an order block, because an order block is basically just a potential area that you want to see a trade form from. It doesn't mean you should just, that's the only reason you should take the trade. Do you understand what I'm saying? It shouldn't be your only reason for that. There should be other factors that can kind of contribute to why you're thinking the market is going to do whatever it is going to do. That's what I would, kind of hope as well that you're thinking about. It's not just about, yeah, that's the only thing that you should base your trade off of. It's just one of your confirmations. Euro NZD. I got in at 813.5, targeting 900. What you thinking? What pair is that? Where you reckon GU's going? So again, Rory, I want to see a retracement on GU, yeah? I want to see it come down on the bigger time frame. So on the daily time frame, I want to see this pull down before we start getting some buyers. So the area I'm in, this is GBPUSD right now. I want to see if we can come down to this area here and then potentially get some buyers. So that's what I'm waiting on with GBPUSD. How did you find your strategy? Just trial and error? No, I paid for mentorship, I paid for someone to kind of show me. They were, I found someone that was basically a profitable trader, and then I started doing some one-to-one sessions with him for him to kind of get me up to speed with how he was trading the markets. Yeah, that's kind of how I learned, bro. So one thing I would say, like, a lot of people think, please can you check? All right, let me check these pairs as well. Yeah, a lot of people think that you can kind of just learn trading by yourself, and yes, that is true, but it's just going to take you a longer amount of time, if I'm being really honest. So I wouldn't necessarily go down the route of just learning by yourself, because there's no one to correct your mistakes. Like, if you start learning by yourself, there's no one to correct. This is Euro NZD, by the way. There's no one to correct your mistakes, which is a big, big problem, because you don't know where you're going wrong, if you're going wrong, and there's no one to hold you accountable except yourself if you are doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So learning by yourself is like, I think you can learn the basics by yourself, but I feel like if you really want to learn a strategy, right, and not switch strategies and like mix and blend different ways or different approaches, I would think it would be very difficult to kind of become profitable without someone to kind of guide you through your mistakes, because you are going to make mistakes if you're trading by yourself and learning to trade. So, I don't think being by yourself from the beginning and just learn, it's just going to take you a longer amount of time. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it will take you a longer amount of time. So this is Euro NZD. So this is currently in a daily area where it could get stronger from, okay? It could get stronger from, but there's no price action to suggest that this is a buy currently, so it could just be heading further down. There's nothing to suggest you should be buying this yet. So just monitoring price in this area is what I would do to see if, we're going to come above this high right here. If we start breaking above that high right here, then I would start looking to then see if we can come back down and then head back higher. That's what I would do. But I don't trade Euro USD. That's just, it's in an area where it could potentially form a buy, but there's no buy currently in this area, if that makes sense. So Euro AUD, someone asked me to check this. This pair doesn't look that clean at all. This doesn't look good at all. Yeah, this doesn't look good at all. Let me see. Okay, it's very high up. It's very bullish at the moment. It's not the best price action currently though. We see last week it took out some highs and then it came down. So the volume on the bigger time frame on Euro AUD is not good. It's very, very choppy. It's very, very up and down. I would wait for more price action, to be honest. If I was to trade this, I wouldn't necessarily look to trade where it's currently at. I don't think this is a good pair to trade at the moment, to be honest, just based off of what it's showing me. It looks like it's coming down off the 4-hour time frame. It looks like it's coming down, but in terms of just the daily time frame, it doesn't look clean at all. I wouldn't personally trade this pair at the moment. I would leave this. How long you sit on the charts for a day? Honestly, bro, I don't really like to sit on the charts all day. I like to use alerts. So I'll check the charts in the morning in the London session. Maybe like an hour before the London session, I'll set my alerts and stuff like that. But I won't necessarily just sit at the charts all day. I kind of come back to the market when my alerts go off. Truthfully, that's what I like to do. So, right, where are we? Someone said USD CAD. Someone said USD CAD. I use ChatGPT to journal my trades and my losses. Yeah, if that works for you, hopefully you're getting positive feedback. Do I recommend getting a trading mentor? 100%, Stefan. It's just gonna make your process quicker. But obviously, get someone that you trust. Like, find someone that you actually think you can learn from. So, you reckon it will sweep the weekly first? I think if you're talking about GU, then yeah, I want it to come down first. Yeah. Learning by yourself isn't the best approach. Totally agree. Everyone needs a guide. Yeah, otherwise it's a lot harder on yourself, to be honest. And NASDAQ looks very good. You can long buy it. Okay, we're not here to do that though, bro. We're not here to suggest things. I just checked Euro USD, Euro AUD. This is. Didn't you just see what Euro AUD was? I just checked it. It's very choppy. Like, I wouldn't really trade Euro AUD. It doesn't look good at all. What do I think about USD CAD? Yeah, so someone did ask me. All right, cool. So USD CAD on the bigger time frame looks like, again, it's in a bit of a range on the bigger time frame in terms of if you think about what the 4 hours doing. So went from here to here. Okay, so so it looks like it's consolidating on the 4 hour. So let me just put a box over it. So this is the box. Sorry, this is the box USD CAD is in. It's not really going anywhere. It's kind of consolidating. So I actually feel like it can continue to range. Like, it's kind of ranging where it's at now as well. So I would wait for more data. Yes, Brandon, hope you're good, bro. I would wait for more data, because what you're basically seeing is that there's going to be liquidity resting below here and there's liquidity resting above. So when there's areas where you're getting liquidity built here, you're also getting liquidity built in this area here, right? It could go either way. So that's not really a good trade to take or try and take. You want to see a clearer direction. So this is the 4 hour time frame. This is the 4 hour time frame on USD CAD. It could go up or down. It could go up or down. Now, overall, if you think about the overall direction, it's been coming down. Yeah, this is USD CAD. It has been coming down. It could get back into this area where it could then make a new leg lower. So what I would say is, when the market is consolidating, right, you want to just monitor and wait for a better direction first. So you're saying you're in on a trade on it. What direction do you think is going in? What direction do you think is going in? You're in a buy. Okay. So what's your reasons to buy though? Why do you think it's going up? Based off of what? I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I just want to know why you're buying it. If I had to choose, I would sell. So again, why would, if you're saying you had to choose, you would sell, that doesn't sound convincing in terms of why you're trying to believe in the sell, you know? You should have reasons or evidence why you're trying to sell or why you're trying to buy. That makes sense to you before, higher time frame market structure buyers are in control. So again, bro, if it's going sideways, it's hard to say anyone's in control. Like, this is how you got to look at it, right? The market, yeah? So if the market is going up, then it's going to be trending up like this, yeah? It's going to be making higher lows, higher highs, yeah? If the market's going down, it's going to be making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, yeah? If it's going sideways, if it's going sideways and it's going like this, it's hard to say anyone's in control. Do you understand? If it's going up and down and up and down, up and down, it's hard to say anybody's in control. So if this is going up and down, you can't really say who's in control. It's going up and down. It's not really a trending market. So if it's not a trending market, you can't say currently who's in control. It was selling down heavy here, selling down heavy here. It was buying up here and it was buying up here. So you can't really say who's in control. Do you understand? So because of the macro trend, yeah, but that doesn't mean it can't go up. Just because it's trending lower, it can still go up. So you just have to really be understanding what your confirmations are, truthfully. Otherwise, you're gonna just take a trade which is not that great. For the sake of just trying to take a trade on the day. So, yeah, hopefully that makes sense, guys. Right, so pairs. Right, so the euro is coming down. So that means the dollar has got stronger. Yep, it has. Okay, so yeah, I want the dollar to continue today. We may get a pullback. Hopefully we get one more pullback. And then I want to see this continue down as well. Price respecting demand. Yeah, I mean, I don't trade supply and demand. So it's really, if that's one of the reasons that makes sense to you, then sure thing, bro. I don't necessarily trade it though. But that's just me. But yeah, I don't necessarily trade supply and demand. Thoughts on gold? You're a higher time frame trader. So what? No, I'm not a higher time frame trader. I base the trades off of the higher time frame, yeah. But I don't necessarily pull the trigger on a higher time frame. I just base the trade idea off like the 4 hour and the daily. So yeah. You think GU gonna sweep weekly before dropping? Weekly. Sweep the weekly what? What are you saying, bro? Sweep the it has swept the weekly. So I'm a bit baffled. I don't know what you mean by that. It's detecting my live hasn't. I don't know why I'm saying that either. Cool. So thoughts on gold? Gold's been super bullish. I don't trade gold, but I know it's been mad bullish. Again, if the dollar gets stronger, what I would look for on gold is it to come down. So just maybe look for a retracement. It's bullish overall, but I wouldn't really buy it from where it is. I would look for it to come down. That's what I think about gold. Best trades are the ones you don't take. 100%. No, The best trades are the ones where it makes sense to you and your confirmations are clear. That's the best trade. Like if you can't make sense of the trade because the price action isn't good or it's choppy or it's whatever it may be, then it's like, yeah, that's when you're probably taking a bad trade. This is Euro USD for those that are asking. TJR bootcamp. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what TJR bootcamp is, bro. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, I'm just waiting right now. So basically what I want to see for Euro, if we can get a pullback, then I'm going to look to sell it. Like if we can come up into this area, I'll look to sell it. I want to see if we can get a pullback though. I'm not just going to sell it because it's coming down. Never chase the market. None of that stuff. If we can pull back here, right, maybe like 15 to 20 pips, I'm going to look to sell this. But only if we come back. This will be my first area to take profit, and then the second area is lower than that. But that's what I'm looking for today. I want to see us pull back. TJR's an ICT trader. Okay, cool. Hopefully he's sick, man. I don't know who that is though, but cool. Is this gold? No, it's not gold. So I just kind of went through gold in terms of my thoughts on it. US30. Let's see what US30 is saying as well. So the dollar's got stronger. I want to see if the dollar is going to pull back though. One more time, pull back, and then look to continue higher. That's what I want to see on the dollar, because it's just been one way. There's no real down candles yet on the dollar. So I know we have there's some news as well. It's at 3 p.m. non-farm payroll annual revision. So there is some USD news at 3 p.m. today. So an hour and a bit. There is some news. Yeah. Is this gold? No. Rory is saying 35,950%. Please elaborate, bro. No idea what you mean by that. I'm not sure what that means, bro. Right, so yeah, same with the dollar here. If we can get a pullback one more time into this area here, then I'd look for the dollar to get stronger here. That's what I want to see. One more pullback and then come up and then continue higher. Jabs. Your offer courses, no. If you want mentorship, so I can advise you on what to do. Just message me privately, and I can advise you on, the best ways to go about it. I do have a free community as well, where if you are a complete beginner and you want to learn the basics and kind of get your foot in the door into learning, just the beginner elements of trading, I do offer some modules in my free community that you can join there. Just message me privately if you want the link for that. I can't post a link in the chat, unfortunately, but if you want the link, just message me privately. I'll send it to you after the stream's done. So yeah, that's what I can do for you, bro. So kind of waiting on some volume, to be honest, guys. We've had volume to the downside of the euro, just waiting on potential pullback. If we can get one, and then see if we can sell this basically. I want to try and sell Euro USD. GBPUSD, I want to try and sell that as well. But it's all based on if we get this pullback, to be honest. Do I trade funded or live? I trade live, bro. Trade my own money. Funded accounts are good if you need to build up capital, and you have limited amounts of capital. Funded accounts are good, but your goal should always be to trade your own money, because there's no rules. Like some of the prop firms, like you can't hold trades overnight, or you can't hold them over the weekend, or you have to close them out each day. like there's too many rules sometimes where it's like sometimes you can get a great entry on a trade, but then you have to close the trade by the end of the day. You know, the end of the New York session, you have to close the trade, and it's like you're not gonna get that entry again. Do you know what I mean? And then sometimes going into the next day, if you had that same position, it would have just gone in your favor. And yeah, so I don't think I think they designed it on purpose because they know traders that really trade, they have an edge. Traders that have an edge, they can really, profit off of it. But overall, your goal should be to trade your own money. Also, some people like they get denied a payout, and like their reasons are like they're not even legitimate reasons. Like they just don't. The prop firm just didn't want to pay you out. Do you know what I mean? So there's too many rules where it's like you gotta kind of wait. You gotta kind of like abide by the rules to get a payout, and like sometimes they might just not want to pay you out. So if you are gonna trade props, just stick with the recognized people in the space. Do you know what I mean? Like FTMO or like Top Step or just ones where there's no shady business going on. That's what I would say. Just stick to the ones where there's no shady business happening, and kind of go from there. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. So what's everyone looking at? Has anyone got any specific trades they're in? I know someone said USD CAD. Someone said GBP AUD. The price action Euro AUD. The price action didn't look great, man. I'll be real. It's not what I would want to sit in either, to be fair, but each to their own. Just waiting on the dollar, really. If we can get a pullback, it'll be great. And then we may get a continuation. That's what I'm looking for. Bro, what am I trading? I'm not in a trade right now. I'm just waiting on Euro USD to potentially sell it, but I'm waiting on it to pull back to sell it. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm not in a trade at the moment. This is Euro USD for those asking. GBP USD is similar, waiting for a pullback, but Euro USD looks a bit more clearer to me. Rich Tech is going to pop. What's Rich Tech, bro? Explain. Why is bro not working with gold? I don't like gold, personally. I actually don't like gold. A lot of people flock towards gold. I don't like the way it behaves. I don't like the behavior of gold. Rich RR stock, Rich Tech Robotics. It's a stock, yeah? I've got a stock portfolio, but mainly consists of just the major ones, Microsoft, Tesla. What else do I own? Nvidia. Those are the main ones I got. I don't know about Rich Tech though. It sounds good, but I don't know about it. What makes you say it's gonna pop? Like, what's good about it? Likes at 607. Yeah, big up, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Hopefully you guys are finding this live. You're enjoying it. Have a look and check when market opens. I mean, alright, let's have a look at stocks, because I got a stock portfolio here. But I don't really look at them, to be honest. Like, I bought Nvidia at like $100, so I know I'm okay on that. I bought Tesla, but it's not really done anything. I know, like, I thought Tesla would do well, yeah, but then Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they fell out. And then since they've fallen out, like, Tesla's just been going sideways. So, yeah, haven't really seen a profit on it, to be honest. Microsoft, I got a good price at Microsoft, so I'm in decent profit on that. What did you say it was called? RR. Let me have a look. What was it? RR Rich Tech Robotics. Okay. Okay. It's kind of consolidating at the moment. Its all-time high is $12, so it's below all-time high, which is good. I need to look into the company though. Like, I wouldn't really just buy it based off of technical analysis. I would more so want to buy it because I believe in the company. So that's why with stocks, I only really bought the major ones, to be honest with you. You know, I don't know enough about it, but I will put it on my watch list and do some like my due diligence. I will check it out for sure. Rich Step Robotics. I'll check that out for sure. So thank you for that, bro. Thank you for the suggestion. It links to Nvidia and a lot of events this month, like with Mercedes as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, it sounds promising. I just need to know what's the long-term goal, what the earnings reports are like, and all that type of stuff. Like if they're being bought by specific companies or, things like that. When it comes to the stock market, yeah, you have to do a lot of research. Otherwise, it's just like, you don't really know what you're buying, So stocks is a lot more, it's technical analysis, but then it's more so about what the company is planning to do as well. So, how long have I been trading? 6 years, Harry. 6 years, bro. So, last week record highs. Since last week, record highs have been touched. Yeah, but bro, if you like gold, I've got nothing. Listen, whoever wants to trade gold, you can trade it, bro. I'm just saying, for me, I don't like to trade it. That's me. Like, if you like gold, I love it, mate. I just don't personally look at it. Go long, bro. Trust me. I ain't gonna go long yet, bro. I'm gonna look at let me actually think about what it's doing, and then I'll look into it, bro. I don't like to just go long on something based off of someone's. No disrespect to you, but I don't go long off of someone's suggestion. It's not really a strategy, I need to know what's kind of going on. Time frame, 4 hour. Gold drains my energy. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. So would I say I'm profitable? Yeah, I've been profitable 3 years now, bro. It took me three years to actually consistently see some bread. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Okay, I'll tell you what. Give me your 5 best points, not the ones that you said already, but give me 5 reasons as to why you really believe in it and what your projection is. Where do you see it going overall? What am I trading right now? I'm looking for Euro USD to pull back higher so I can start to potentially sell this. I want to see a pull back up to this area, and then I'm going to try and sell this down to this area. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, you're in school. Yeah, just maybe learn the basics, bro. Maybe learn the basics. Someone said learn the basics first, beginner stuff like trading terminology, what certain things mean, what Forex actually is, and then hopefully, you have a good foundation from there. And said, number 1, trust me. Number 2, trust me. Alright, cool, but I still need a bit more than that, bro. Honestly. Just give me like 3 actual real things that you trust in it. Give me 3 real reasons, not just trust you, bro. Give me 3 reasons. Look at USD I'll check it. USD Hold on. USD So USD JPY is taking out some lows. So it's taking out some liquidity. And now it's kind of rebounding. There's enough. So It's still bearish. USD JPY is still bearish currently. It needs to kind of break the structure. So what's your bias with USD JPY? What are you looking around? So if I was going to buy this, I want it to come above here first. But it's the way it's looking, it could actually rebound here and go lower. So there's, what's your bias on this? UJ for me, all it's done is swept the lows. So it's swept a lot of liquidity, swept this area, and then it's kind of reacting. But it's not enough to potentially buy it yet. It's not enough. Need to see a bit more. This trading gonna stick around for a long time. Harry, trading ain't going anywhere, bro. The market isn't going to disappear anytime soon. It might change, but it's not going to disappear. Hoffer, trust, 1, trust, 2, place trade and parade, 3, use magnet method. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look into it, bro. That's all I'll say. What's my risk percentage? 2-3% on a trade? 2 to 3%. I try and do 2 to 1 minimum, 2 to 1 risk to reward. So I'm trying to double what I'm risking. So the place I learned the basics from is not around no more, to be honest with you. So like, if you want to follow my free community, bro, you're more than welcome to do that. You can learn the basics there. Just message me after the stream, and I'll send you the link for that. That's for anyone that wants to join. I think the dollar's going to get weaker. Yeah, I think overall it is going to get weaker, but I do think we can potentially get stronger before getting weaker, basically. I think we're going to go up, then down. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to see us go up first and then come down. So that's my bias right now. So seven months in and I'm tired of losing my own money, so I'm trying to pass a prop firm. So, bro, you shouldn't be trading your own money. You shouldn't be trading your own money. If you're 7 months in, yeah, and trust me on this, bro. Like, my main mistake was trading my own money to begin with. Like, when I first came into trading, I was trading my own money. That's a big mistake. Like, you shouldn't do that. The reason you shouldn't do that is because there's added pressure in basically making it work, because you're risking your own money, right? So don't go into trading before you really understand what your strategy is with trading. Otherwise, bro, you're just gonna you're signing up for a world of hurt, basically, where it's just a painful process. Do you understand? So really understand what your strategy is first before you think about trying to trade with your own money or even trying to pass a prop firm or any of that. Because, bro, if you don't know the reasons you're trying to trade, then you shouldn't be trading. You shouldn't be placing any trades if you don't understand why you're placing the trade, basically. Yeah, because it's just, it's not as simple as let me get into it, let me make money. You have to really understand what it is that you're trading. Like, why are you buying? Why are you selling? I'm traumatized already. Yeah, and that was one of the things that really hurt my development was, I was kind of shell-shocked, in terms of like shell-shocked, thinking about trades I just lost, thinking about the money I just lost. Like, that's what took me so long to overcome certain elements of my journey, is that I shouldn't have been trading from the beginning. I shouldn't have been live trading. Like, learn the strategy and backtest and demo your strategy before you're before anything. Like, you're not ready to trade, bro. No disrespect to you. You just don't sound like you're ready. You know, realistically, you should be looking to trade, backtest your strategy for like 6 months. You need like 6 months of results where you can actually see that, okay, I've got a real track record of doing the same thing over and over again, and then you can see what your results are like. You understand what I'm saying? So like, a lot of people just rush the process trying to make money, and yeah, you can make money, but you can also lose money, bro, and it's painful. Do you know what I mean? It is painful, bro. So yeah, man, just wait on it. Don't rush, bro. Really, don't rush. There's no rush to it. The markets aren't going anywhere. Like, you can take your time with it, you know. It's just making sure you're prepared for what it is you're about to get into. And a lot of people think trading is easy in the sense of, yeah, I'll pick it up fast, or everyone learns at their own pace, bro. You don't know how long it's going to take you, you know? Right, oil was pushing. Oil was pushing. I lost 5 bags when I first started. Yeah, trust me. Not gonna lie, funded challenges make you grow because you're learning. So it's not really about that, bro. It's more about, again, what are your reasons for placing the trade? That's just the be all and end all. Like, why are you placing the trade? Like, if you don't know your confirmations of like what your strategy actually is, you shouldn't be placing no trade. Like, truthfully, you shouldn't. It's just gonna end up in issues. You're gonna end up in more problems than necessary in your learning process. So yeah. Alright, cool, sorry. Right. So still waiting on Euro USD to pull back. Still waiting on the dollar to pull back. I'm more disciplined now, sticking to a precise strategy. Yeah, but don't trade your own money. Like, just, if you're sticking to the precise strategy, just make sure that you actually you really trust the strategy and you believe in the strategy. Yeah, as much as you're sticking to it, like, actually have some results of the strategy before you start trading, bro. Because if you don't have no results, you don't know if the strategy's good or not. Like, trust me, like, you just, what is there that you're going off of? You're not really going off of anything. Market's kind of arse today. Yeah, it's a little bit slow today, but, you know, it is only a Tuesday. I think what you'll find is that where we've got, like, news on the Thursday, you know, Wednesday it will probably pick up, but Thursday is where you'll probably see a lot more volume going into that New York session on Thursday. Maybe I'll stream on Thursday instead of Friday this week because of the volume. Maybe I'll do that. Prop firms getting bank off the noobs, yeah, 100. They're getting bank off, yeah. The guys that are they're rushing to make money. Those are the ones that are losing, for sure, like, for sure. How much time do you think I should be spending trying to learn trading with school as a 16-year-old? Maybe an hour a day, bro. Just do an hour a day. You ain't got to kill yourself. Just do 1 hour a day. Mimi said the S&P 500 is going crazy. Okay, let's have a look. It better be going crazy. Okay, it's coming down. I'll give you that. The NAS came down as well. When's the open? 20 minutes. Yeah, it is coming down. So the only thing is, I don't necessarily like to trade before the stock open, this close to like the stock open. I don't really like to press buy or sell. I want to wait for the stock open to see what's going on. Because it's just pulled down, but it's not really doing anything at the moment in terms of like, it's not trending yet. So let's wait and see what it does. But yeah, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest of setups at the moment. You just gotta kind of wait, man. See what's going on. But yeah, well, 1,200 likes. Appreciate you guys, man. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Wanted that move at 9:30. It can still do something, bro. It's not the end of the world. It can still do something. Sometimes it be like this. It just be, chilling, but you just gotta be patient. This is what happens. You gotta be patient. Don't force yourself into something that's just like a crap trade, What do I go live with? What do you mean? I'm on TikTok, bro. What do you mean by that? I'm also on YouTube live too. But what do you mean by that? So wanted to move at night. It's not over, man. Like, the market needs to open. Do I use OBS or so I use both, bro. So, excuse me. I use OBS for YouTube and I use TikTok Studio for TikTok. So, yeah. Can you use OBS for TikTok? I don't know. Maybe it's because my settings are wired to YouTube, so I'm not sure. It has news at 10. Yeah, there is news. Just gotta wait, man. On TradingView. Okay, I don't look at the calendar on TradingView. What news is it at 10? The emotional revenge trading I was doing today is truly sad. Yeah, we've all been there. You gotta get better control over yourself and hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Understand that, if you're not in the right headspace, definitely don't trade. Yeah, NFP revision is it's in 50 minutes or 48 minutes. So yeah, I get you. It doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna get a crazy amount of volume though, but we'll see. What are you trading? I'm MJ. I'm waiting for Euro USD to potentially sell it. That's what I'm waiting on. But yeah, listen to what Mimi's saying. Don't revenge trade. Don't FOMO in either. Just believe in your strategy. Like, if you don't know why you're getting into trades, then you shouldn't be trading. You need to really have a belief. Think about it, right? I'm only interested in selling if the market comes to this area. If it doesn't come, I'm not going to sell this. I don't care if it flies away without me. It is what it is. I'm not going to start chasing the market. The minute you start going outside of your reasons to enter, you're setting yourself up for something that ain't gonna work. You're likely to feel some hurt after that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, believe in your strategy, wait for the market to show you its reasons, and then go from there, man. I was hallucinating reasons to enter. I shouldn't laugh. That is kind of funny though, but you just really have to believe in your entries, guys. But that's a good point she's making. Like, you can start. You see, when you want a trade to go in your favor, you can start thinking about reasons that ain't even there, and trick yourself. Like, you're in control of your mind. Like, you can convince yourself of anything if you really want to. But the moment you start doing that, again, it's all an illusion. Like, now it's like an emotional battle with yourself. Nothing to do with what the market is or isn't actually doing. But it's all based off of the fact that you're trying to make the money back that you just lost, which is just not a good enough reason. It's not a good enough reason. So, yeah. What's up? Can you look for USD? Tell me right now. So I want to sell it, but I want it to come a bit higher than where it is currently. I want it to come a bit more, maybe like 10 pips more. But I do have a bias for it to go lower. So I can see why you're trying to enter. It's possible though. Yeah, but like, as in, I don't know what your reasons are, but I'm looking for it to come a little bit higher. I'm looking for it to come to this 1 hour area, so a little bit higher. Bias confirmed for Euro USD. Okay, what's that based on? What are you basing it on? Which money are you trading? Not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by which money? This is Euro USD. This is Euro USD. Based on trust me, bro. That's not good enough reason, man. Trust me, bro. Listen, if I had £1 for everyone that said trust me, bro, I'd be rich. Trust me, bro, doesn't do anything, bro. It's not a good enough reason for me. But trade it if you want, though. I can ask you what grounds and then you say, trust me. That's crazy. I don't even know you. That's actually mad. Alright, people are mad, But yeah, the 5-minute area, I see why you're saying the 5-minute area, but I want to see what the dollar's saying. Yeah, big up, bro. Trade safe. I'm in holding to 117.50. Bro, that's a tiny trade, bro. Like, no disrespect. You're talking about 15 pips. No disrespect, bro. I'm not. That's not a trade. Might break previous high or low. Yeah, I'm not sure what previous high or low you're talking of, bro. I'm not sure what you mean. Right, what's oil doing though? I feel like it's playing games. Five pips, what you trading? A cup of coffee. Nah, don't mock him. Each to their own, innit? Like if maybe you're a scalper or something, bro. That's not really my strategy though. I took AUD Swiss franc right now. That's a crazy pair. I won't lie. AUD Swiss franc, the volume is mad. Colin, how you doing, bro? Long time, man. Hope you're good. AUD Swiss franc. Are you buying or selling it, Abdi? You buying or selling? This is AUD Swiss franc. I've never really traded that, to be fair. But again, each to their own. Okay, the dollar did come down. GU as well is now in this area. Why did I move it higher? Sell. Okay, good work, Abdi, man. Hopefully that trade pops off for you. So that's mad, gang. Zero spread account, 150 risk. Listen, whatever's working for you, bro. If you're a scalper, it's all good, man. You ain't got to explain yourself to no one, bro. You got your reasons. Hopefully the trade works out for you, bro. Like, I'm not here to shit on your trade. Alright, so gonna wait on the stock open, which is in 10 minutes or 9 minutes. See what's going on. Money is money. You lot are funny. But yeah, I'm waiting on the stock open, guys. That's probably I want to see what US30 is doing and see if we can get some sales on it. I want to see if we can get some sales on it. But I'm also looking to sell Euro USD as well. Just want it to come to this area. See what happens, man. Yo, bro, do the boxes determine where price moves? No, that's just where I want it to get to. That's just where I want it to get to. What pair is this? Euro USD. Yeah. That's just where I want it to get to potentially trigger a sell. So, yeah. I do think overall Euro USD is bullish, but I would rather buy it from lower than where it currently is. But what's in that box? So this box is an imbalance, basically. It's a good question. So basically, the market started, you could see the volume start to enter the market to the downside here. So it creates what's called an imbalance or inefficiency in the market. So inside of here is where the market may want to reprice to fill in some of that inefficiency. Probably sounds a bit mad, but that's where I would look to potentially sell it from. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wait for the stock open. Let me know if you guys have enjoyed the stream. Also, if you want access to my free community, if you want to just learn like tips and tricks of what Forex is, if you're a beginner, message me privately. I'll send you the link. I can't put it in the chat. Also follow my YouTube channel if you want like psychological videos. My road to 1,000 subscribers is gaining traction. I'm more than halfway now, so I'd appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel. Similar things that I've been speaking about on this stream is what my videos are normally about. They're only about 10 to 15 minutes long. They're not super long-winded, because it's mainly about getting the message across. So hopefully you guys could do that for me. I'd appreciate that. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. I will be streaming. I'm gonna stream Thursday this week. Main reason being is because the inflation data is coming out, so we're likely to get more volume. Do I think psychology is more important than the strategy? 1,000%. 1,000%, bro. Like, if you don't have the right mindset, then you're not really gonna learn much. Do you understand? Like, if you don't approach it with the right approach, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you're gonna lose your money. It's as simple as that. So, psychology is more of a skill than people label it. Like, that is actually a skill. To have your mind in the right place and the right approach is more of a skill than people think. So yeah, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the stream today. I will be back. I'll catch up with you guys on Thursday now. Okay? Catch you guys. Take care, man. Thank you. Appreciate the gifts, mate.